Tyson!
His word cut out was Mike Tyson. Oh, the right hand!
Dan Halpin, I guess, is the only man, and this one may not go much longer.
Brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me.
As you've heard, this man already knows he's the baddest man on the planet, with a notorious reputation as a monster both in and out of the boxing ring. But hang on, Tyson, you should hear how other legendary boxers have explained about you. So let's find out more about that in today's video, where legendary boxers explain how good Mike Tyson was. Starting with Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson was a nightmare to his opponents, many of whom were already mentally KO'd before ever stepping in the ring with him. Like the greatest boxer, Muhammad Ali.
Back from those punches. And they're slowly down.
A man with a rope-a-dope fighting technique, his place in boxing history as one of the greatest fighters ever is secure. Though Ali and Tyson's boxing careers did not overlap and they never met in the ring, but back in 1989, they did meet on a talk show in the USA, which is where the revelation took place. The pair were on the Arsenio Hall show, along with fellow boxer Sugar Ray Leonard. As soon as Mike Tyson entered the hall, the first word from Ali's mouth were, "I'm scared of him."
This one here?
Further, when asked whether Ali could handle a punch from Tyson, he said this.
You were dancing. You moved.
Well, the same scene is shared by George Foreman. Foreman too never faced off with Tyson, but at least he got a reason for that. He openly admits that a match between him and Tyson never occurred because he didn't want any parts of him. Well, I can feel you, George. Tyson was a combination of exceptional speed and power in both hands. The peekaboo style that was installed into Tyson created angles which placed him in a position to attack and not get hit in return. Foreman would admit in a 2019 interview with ESPN that he was a nightmare in the ring. Listen to this.
I call him Mike Nightmare Tyson. That guy was a nightmare in the ring.
Despite fearing his in-ring abilities, Foreman had a deep respect for Tyson. He loved Tyson's commitment to his technique and considers Tyson to be one of the best to ever do it while calling him a monster, but in a good way.
Mike Tyson was a monster. He was a monster.
With an impressive record of 69 victories, out of which 44 came by way of knockout, Larry Holmes might seem to have a grudge against Tyson. Because immediately after the Tyson vs. Tyrell Biggs fight, Holmes, who had attended the fight, was interviewed and called Tyson a dirty fighter, stating, "I didn't see a guy with class in there. I see a guy who throws elbows. I see a guy who throws butts. And I see a guy who hits after the bell." Well, he's not wrong at all. What made Tyson phenomenal was his freak-like reflexes, loads of fast-twitch muscle fiber, and incredible athleticism, which is also explained by Holmes repeating the word bang.
Mike gonna be hitting a bang, 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 bang.
Well, why not you also bang by hitting that subscribe button on your right-hand side? Now, I guess you remember that epic clash between Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield during their second battle for the WBA World Heavyweight Championship. Mike bit his ear out of anger in the ring, to which Holyfield said that he really wanted to bite Tyson's back in return.
Oh, and some nasty stuff in there. There lead to be a bite almost.
And now, it has been nearly 27 years since the bite fight, and one-time arch-enemies Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield are now getting along together. Holyfield's words about Tyson are completely opposite now. He said, "Tyson is a beautiful guy. Me and this guy both come from basically the sewage, and we watched each other grow to become established and esteemed fighters, you know what I mean? And I just want you to know that it's been a pleasure passing through life being acquainted with you." Oh man, Tyson must be flattered by hearing you. And when WBN spoke exclusively to Evander about Mike Tyson in an interview, he perfectly maintained Tyson's legacy and said, "When you talk about Tyson, you have to talk about how great he was." Now presenting the Gypsy King, whose father named him after his favorite heavyweight fighter, Mike Tyson. Tyson Fury doesn't have an exact fighting style he uses whenever he steps inside the ring. He's pretty unpredictable because he changes his boxing style depending on who he's up against. He didn't even stick to the same style for his 3 fights against Wilder. He can use his footwork to create angles or use a counterpunching approach. This is arguably Fury's biggest asset inside the ring. He once crashed Mike Tyson's interview and called him a bona fide legend.
It makes him more of a legend. This man is a bona fide, living, alive legend.
Tyson had many faults, but his uppercut wasn't one of them. It wasn't only good, it was one of the best uppercuts in boxing history. Certainly one of the scariest ones. And Fury knows it very well. That's why when he responded to a Twitter post asking who would win between himself and Tyson, he kept it very classy by saying, Like @Mike Tyson already said, it doesn't matter who you think wins, as I'm named after him, so he already has won. Alright, but don't you think, Fury, you also have to listen to Tyson? When asked what he would rate Tyson Fury as a heavyweight, he didn't hesitate for a moment. He said Fury is the greatest fighter in the history of life.
Greatest fighter in the history of life.
So much sugar, right? Let's taste something sour now. But before that, make sure you smash that like button and hit subscribe. Want to hear what the man who defeated the monster Mike Tyson has to say? Yes, I'm talking about James Buster Douglas. This man is quick to point out he's not just a one-hit wonder, but he will always be most remembered for what took place on February 11, 1990 in the heavyweight title fight. He expressed his heart when he was facing off with Mike Tyson. He was like, "When I went down late in the 8th round, I knew exactly why it happened. I got caught standing square, standing right up in front of him. He caught me with one of those hooks, uppercuts. I hit the canvas like
Uppercut landed by Mike Tyson. That's one of the few uppercuts he's landed in the fight. We've been looking for that all night. Oh, that's a nice uppercut that time. The drops Buster Douglas. The count's up to 2 and 3.
But he doesn't stop there. Post-match of him be like, "Fighting Mike was a relief." The thing about Mike is that he's not a trash talker. He was a man of few words. I remember the reporter asking him how he thought the fight would go. He said the fight would be like any other fight, something like, "I'm going to knock him out." Well, I guess this is Mike Tyson. Along with the physical training, I think Mike trained his mind too. This dude was always so sure of himself before stepping into any match. Now, time to introduce the Lion, Lennox Lewis. Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis's rivalry was so fierce that they had to be separated before they began fighting. They'll always end up brawling with each other and eventually leading to a fight without a ring. But when it was finally settled that they would face off, the year 2002 marked the most anticipated heavyweight clash. The Lion exploited his 7-inch height advantage on Tyson to retain his titles and destroy the legend that was at one point the baddest man on the planet. But was he ever scared of his opponent? He said yes and no. Yes, because TV made him look like King Kong. But no, because Manny, my trainer, always told me Tyson would be my easiest fight. What? Are you serious, Lewis? You better know what you were saying. I mean, everyone knows. Tyson was mentored and trained by the boxing genius Cus D'Amato, who created the peekaboo boxing style. He's so precise with his punches that he knocked out fighters multiple times without ever getting knocked out himself. Oh God, here Lewis ruined all my excitement. He said, "There are still a lot of Mike Tyson fans out there and a lot of disbelievers in the first fight, and they want to see us fight again. I am the Emperor. If he wants to fight, I am here. If he does not, I understand." But I'm sure these are words of appreciation, right, Lewis? Now, enough about legends. What do you guys have to say about our Iron Mike? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, make sure you smash that subscribe button so you never miss another video from us. We'll see you very soon.